Hey everybody! Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna make sure that it's muted, so I'm not double hearing myself like I do every other week. So this is the penultimate session of our Summer Crew variant roles Waterdeep Dragon Heist extravaganza. I can't believe I got all those words out without stumbling, and then I got cocky. Yeah, so it's been an adventure so far, as things are wont to go. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, who you're playing, and then we'll roll and see who's doing recap. So, who wants to start?
Alex
Sam.
does. No.
You spoke. You spoke.
I have to tell you that Alex wanted to do it. I'm Samantha Darcy. I play Harmony, the Tiefling Ranger. Now it's Alex's turn.
Okay, I'm Alex. You can find me on Twitter at AlexCatoo. I play Jaw the Human Barbarian, and I'm going to pass it over to Corey.
Ooh. My name is Corey Hickson. You can find me on Twitter at the same spot. And I am playing Prince the Glamorous Bard. And I will pass it over to Matt.
I'm Matt. I'm changing my name in Zoom. But I'll stop doing that. I'm freshly returned from the wilds of Wisconsin, where I ate cheese curds and found that we don't get along. And tonight I will be playing. It's okay. We're gonna see other people. It'll be fine. Tonight I'm playing His for Umric, the gnome divination wizard, and I am looking forward to the outcome of the last game and hunting down a runaway bearded devil who took our quarry.
There, look, he already did the recap. No, we don't have to roll.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, that was like one very, very small part. Yeah, who hasn't gone? Fives or Prince?
Yes.
Last and least is me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, don't be that.
Don't say that.
So glad everyone else went because I completely blanked after not introducing myself for a few weeks. So if I got the person who had awkward silence, so glad everyone else showed me what to do. So I'm Samuel, or the other Sam, or Sam number 2, I guess. I can be found on Twitter at Eldritch Warlock. And for the first time in weeks, and it's a great relief, I will be playing the Tabaxi 5s.
Mm-hmm. Really glad to have you back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
honestly, it's glad to be back. I have missed D&D.
Yeah, it's missed you too. And since because of your absence, you are exempt from doing the recap, mainly because you aren't here. So
that is a great relief.
The rest of you, though, roll me some d20s.
Okay. Huh.
Oh.
Corey's face.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, that was a good face.
Oh, I did too.
Sam did too. It's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah. Okay, so Matt and Alex, what did you guys roll?
18.
Oh no, I got 11.
Yes, I was gonna say, if I have to do a recap with an 18.
Matt, I wish you had lied there and said 19. I really just for the reaction from Alex would have been amazing.
Being a terrible DM. So last week it was, can't you just roll one dice more? Can't we just kill this guy? Can't you just lie about this roll? What do you want me to do here? I'm like,
yeah. But for real, yeah, Matt, you're doing the recap this week, so
let's see. Okay,
even do it from his perspective would probably be pretty entertaining.
Oh no, that's harder.
Or than not. Don't. No pressure.
So there was a cult lady, and she took us to this woodmill, and in the woodmill, we opened the door and she tackled this cult guy like out a window, and it was cool, and then they were like flying devils, and they had the stone, and we flew off we started chasing them across the roofs. And I used levitate, and I hung onto Jor, and we flew across the roofs with Long Strider from our bard and prince, and we chased the devils, and we accosted the devils, and then we ended up in an alley where there was a horse carriage, not a horse garage, and we we killed the horses when we probably should have been killing the pixies, or what? They weren't pixies. What were they? They were
Imps.
Imps. The imps about did us in while we were busy beating up horses, and then we eventually flipped the carriage over, and a person ran off with the stone, and another person stayed behind, and we fought them, and they were a bearded devil, and we killed them. And we chased them through a crowd, and there was very many threats of fireballs in the crowd. And then we eventually subdued the guy who had the stone, and some kids hold off with it, and there was more threats of fireballing children, and that wasn't allowed. And then we ended up in the sewer again, wherein chasing the children, and we found their secret hideout, and much to Prince's and shook them down for the stone, and they ran away crying. And then, much to Prince's dismay, we discovered their pet mimic in the corner as he tried to rob from poor little children who his was just minutes ago wanting to fireball. And then we recovered the stone, and we thought we were victorious, and we got back up on the street, and were accosted by an entire legion of the Crown's Guard, and their lead officer, who took the stone from us, who ended up not being the lead officer guy, who ended up being another bearded devil, and wandered off the street with the stone. I kind of dropped out of his there halfway through.
I noticed, but you did good. You did good for a lot of that. So I will award you a point of inspiration to start us off, because that was you were commendable for doing it in character for the most part. Yeah. So you guys find yourselves. You were being accosted by a lot of guards, but they took your statements, and a lot of finger waving and warnings, and watching the guy sort of just walk off with a stone and shift back into the form that you saw running away from you in the street previously. They let you go. Not before stalling you for a good 10 minutes or so, but you guys are free to move about the city now. Obviously, I've been warned that any more disturbances will result in severe penalties and jail time, and or penalty of death, depending. So, what are y'all doing?
I'm super beat up and bloody, so I'm ready to rest if we want.
I think we gotta go after this the guy who took the stone. We had it.
We can't let it go now.
We can locate it. It's how we found it in the first place. So, but I have no more spells, and I have few hit points, and I'm sorry, I'm very beat up. I'm thinking maybe resting is a good idea before we get ourselves killed or end up in a sewer again.
I like that those are on parallels for Hisver. It's death and sewers are like the same level of bad.
I really think we need to go after this guy. Although, do we know where we can locate it? Now that we've seen it, we can locate it.
If it's within 1,000 feet is the restriction.
Okay.
So we could definitely try and follow it.
What if we try and follow it and rest up somewhere once we're close? Like,
and Hisver did just say that he can't locate it anymore today.
Oh.
He needs to rest
I
a little
can.
bit.
That's Prince's ability.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Princess. Sorry, I forgot.
well, do we want to take a... I mean, do you need like a full night's sleep, or...
No, I think
Or
I
with,
just
like-
need a...
like an hour maybe do it?
Yeah, like like an hour, a short hour.
Yeah.
Maybe we see if we can track without attacking or without
Yeah.
violence now, and see if it goes somewhere where it'll stay.
And then
then
rest up
play.
and yeah. I mean, we saw which direction he went in.
Yeah, you guys were down. I've got the map open here.
Yeah.
You guys were down, sort of in the trade ward.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you guys, he took off north along the high road. So you guys were in
Yeah.
like a big, busy hustle and bustle street. It
Right.
is midday, and remember, it's still the same day as you guys were earlier. It is hot. I mean, it is just
no.
blistering. You guys are suffering from this just nasty heat. It's at least 100 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in C. I'm sorry, Alex, for translation.
30.
I was gonna say like 32 or
7?
something, 37.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, about 37. Yeah, 37.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay.
exactly what it was last week when I was playing.
Right. Yeah. So
As a British person, 37 Celsius, that would be torture.
yeah,
That would-
yeah. And as a tabaxi, as you find out.
Oh yeah, that
Yes.
as well. In real life and in D&D.
Yeah. But yeah, so you guys are you guys gonna try and locate the stone right now? Sort of track him? How are you guys gonna go about following this guy who's got a good lead on you?
Just go in the direction they went, see if
Okay.
we can see him. If not, maybe we take a break and like if we can't get anywhere now, we can take a break, take a breather.
Yeah. I mean, I might as well use
Get
my
out of there.
spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's true.
Okay,
Okay.
let's head north.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys are heading north, and then you're using locate object.
I'll use it. It only lasts 10 minutes, so I'll maybe use it once I think we've caught up a bit, like after like half an hour.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are just heading north on the high road for half an hour or so. You guys are doing that. Okay. Okay.
Do we see him at all? I mean, it's pretty busy and
It's real busy. If you guys are actively looking for him, go ahead and give me a group perception check.
okay.
Go team.
It's gonna be pretty high DC.
Like 7, 6.
14.
15. Hisver.
16.
Okay. Unfortunately, you guys are kind of beat. There's a lot of people. It's hot out. This is just, you guys got swift dripping in your eyes. And also you watch this guy turn from one person to another person. Not really sure. He
Yeah.
could be anybody in this crowd. So,
I'll use my
All
locate
right.
object
okay.
to see if he's within 1,000 feet, or if the stone is within 1,000 feet.
Okay. Currently, it is not within your radius.
Okay. I'll just leave the spell on for the next 10 minutes in case he accidentally
Okay.
walks in.
Slips in.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's head back. Why don't we head back to Trollskull Manor?
I'm ready for that.
All right.
Okay. So you guys spend the rest of the afternoon making your way back.
Yeah.
It's a long trek, but everyone give me a Constitution save. I said check and save at the same time, so I said shave. So
Check
That's
and
not
say.
great.
give me a Constitution shave.
Is this for the heat?
This is for the heat, which Harmony is immune to. So Harmony is loving this heat right now.
5. Not good.
Okay.
No.
Okay, you take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Not 4, because mountain climbing and all
Thank
that.
Christ. That was not good.
Okay.
13.
13. Matt.
10.
Okay, you take a point of exhaustion as well. Corey or Prince is fine.
Okay.
Prince is doing all right, but the rest, you two both take points of exhaustion, And yeah, you guys do manage to make it back to Trollskull Manor though. And sitting with his feet propped up and enjoying a pint of ale and some cubed eggs is your old friend Fives.
Hey, buddy.
You made it.
I have been hearing the most interesting stories. Why is it when I am not with you lot, you start running into trouble with the City Watch? How rude can you be? You left me out of other fun. I mean, I go off and I am working with the Harpers. I am doing my duty, and you are having all the entertainment, or the fun, or the chaos. You lot are bad friends. No eggs for you. These are my eggs.
No eggs for us. That's fair.
By the way,
I'm just
that-
going to sit down at the table and just like...
That contraption thing, clockwork thing, truly marvelous. Its culinary masterpieces are divine.
Him's great.
I did admittedly throw a dagger at him when I first returned home, but
Yeah, we probably should have left a note.
yes,
In
Yep.
hindsight.
you probably
Yeah,
should have.
yeah.
Yes,
Fives had an interesting encounter with Nim earlier in the day. You guys are a little confused though, because you guys remember seeing Fives pop in on you guys last week, sort of just flicker in and flicker out.
Yeah, you found us for like a second.
I was gonna die and you healed me. It was terrifying.
yes, I've been shadowing you somewhat, shall we say. Our praise aligned for a brief moment, and then I had to obviously scarper away
Can
and
you?
almost die somewhere else.
Oh.
Can I do a I can't think of what the right check would be, but
Insight?
insight. Yeah, can I do an
Yeah.
insight check just to make sure this is really
Actually, Fives. You
Oh,
did just
no.
see a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me
I'm
an insight
feeling
check.
suspicious, yeah.
I'll give you inspiration before I
Okay.
hear what the roll is.
Okay, what does this inspiration look like while you're just having this conversation with Fives?
I'm just gonna like walk up to Harmony when I see her like looking at him and be like, "Yeah, I think you've got the right idea." I'm just gonna like point and be like, "Look at that." Just like look.
Okay,
real
so you're
close.
just giving her moral support, and that's how
Yeah.
you're okay.
So I forget what inspiration entails actually.
It's a D4/6.
Been a long
D4/6.
time since I've had it.
Yes.
I've messed
Okay,
with
so
so many
that's-
levels of bards. I keep forgetting what level you're at gives what level of inspiration.
It's a
Roll
total
it.
of 16.
16 plus.
No, it's a total of 16.
Oh, total of 16.
Yeah,
Okay.
I only got a 1 on my inspiration.
Five, is there anything you're trying to hide? Do you think that would be revealed?
Well, it's obviously the actual Fives. It's not a doppelganger, as much as amusing as that would be.
As far as we know.
He is. He is sitting slightly odd if you're looking a bit closer, and the fur around the right side of his head seems to have been recently regrown. It's a bit shorter and a bit more coarse looking. So there's some signs of injury, but it's been healed and passed, and he's recovering. So he's definitely sitting a bit stiff.
Yeah, it's Fives. It's just he's a little sore.
Mm.
He's taken some beatings just like you guys have. But yeah, it's Fives.
Okay.
Or Blossom, as you guys lovingly called him before he expounded away.
Seen a lot of weird shit lately. Just double checking.
So I've heard obviously of your encounters with the City Watch. Not so much of your in-between, more boring moments. Would you care to give me what is the saying? The lowdown, as it were. I need to clean my mouth out now after saying that. That just feels wrong.
Well, we've been searching for this item called the Stone of Golorr, and Falia, is she with us? Well, I pronounced her name wrong. Where did?
No, you guys abandoned her when she tackled that person out the window,
Oh,
and she got scooped up by the city watch. So,
well,
Would that be the? He pauses for a moment, reaches into his waistcoat, pulls out a
do you
notebook.
have? Oh, I thought you were gonna pull out the Stone of Golorr.
He's not that good.
I didn't make it that easy for you guys.
He's not that good. Pulls out a notebook with some odd markings, and those of you that would know of the Harpers would recognize there's definitely a Harper symbol here and there. And he flicks through it. That would be the cultist, no? I have a few contacts keeping an eye on you all at all times through the city.
That's super unsettling.
Oh, don't worry, nothing intrusive.
Is that GDPR compliant?
Nope.
I am not even going to deign that with a response, Hisva. Just
There's been a lot of talking cats, and I just wondered if there was more talking cats.
they're not all cats. I cannot talk to cats.
Okay.
What makes you think I can talk to?
No, they talk to us. They come and talk to us, and it's usually a cat.
Oh yeah, he's right.
Some things have happened since you've been gone, Fives, clearly.
Yeah,
But yeah, you guys catch Fives up to speed. They fill you in on all of the escapades of the search, and the day's events of chasing the stone all around this morning.
Mm-hmm. Certainly sounds active, no? And certainly looks like you could all do with a bit of a rest. Especially you, his friend Joe, you're looking a bit shaky on your feet there.
Oh, by this point, I've sat down at the table and I'm just like face first on the table.
Nim comes over in like a frilly apron and sets down a mug of ale and eggs in front of each of you.
Oh.
And remind you, he's still got the like mechanical like tribune hat and the like metal mustache and goatee.
I love you, Nim.
Think eggs and alcohol.
It's the only two things he knows how to serve. You guys haven't taught him anything else, but
I am delighted.
So,
This is the
Taryn,
best.
when they describe, obviously, this shape-changing enemy, does that trigger the memory immediately?
yeah. You specifically the last couple of days you've had a run-in with someone matching the description of the person in the street and then the person that the guy changed back into. So it's something has come up in your day-to-day with the Harpers recently.
It also seems most fortuitous that I was released from my duties to return in aiding you, your shape-changing, shape-shifting foe. Let's just say I am aware of him, and I have had a few troubles with him, and I would love to stick a dagger in his back, and so much more. But I might be able to lend you my aid now, it seems. Payback, as it were, for my absence.
And it is fortuitous. You actually know where he is employed, and his where he lays his head at night. So,
What a stroke of luck.
Yes, indeed, the gods must be looking down upon us this day.
Uh-huh.
So where does he work?
The bakery.
One moment, because this is player error right now, and I need to. Yes, he works for a noble house, relatively good standing. Well, I see that good standing, a bit private in their nature. The Casalantas, they're good. He works probably this is a bit redundant now, but he works obviously at the Casalanta Villa.
you guys, for those of you that aren't Fives, That should ring a bell of the mausoleum you guys started off your night last night with.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
everything's coming up Millhouse. I mean Castellan.
Oh.
The name of the prick I would like to spear to the wall is one Williford Crowell. If I am pronouncing that right, Taryn.
He
Yes,
the
I am.
Yep, that's perfectly right now. So
Oh,
is he the one with all the
oh, the,
stuff?
what? I don't know what
The
this
bearded-
means. No, I don't.
Does he have like? Yeah. The
What
face
does that-
thing.
Are they
The
whiskers?
tentacles on the face and the beard that like grabs you.
I have
they
no
had some
idea.
trauma. You're pretty confused right now, Fives.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Zio. Perhaps you
Hey.
should go sleep. I mean,
And I go to sleep on the table.
but I didn't mean
Okay.
right. I didn't mean the right.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are just taking a rest? Is that the
Yeah.
plan?
hand
Okay.
wrapped around an ale mug, drooling
Everyone-
on my eggs.
Waking up every once in a while to take a little drink and go back to sleep.
Yeah.
What about everybody else? Everybody else just sleeping, resting up?
hmm
I need a long rest.
Yeah, I'm taking a. You need a long rest. So are we long resting or short resting?
I could get like a spell point. Well, like 2 spell points back if I used Arcane Recovery, and some hit points and stuff.
You
But if
guys
want me to-
know where he works now. You guys have a lot of information you could work with. You guys could probably you deduce that you could spare a day or spare a night
Okay.
and still track this guy down.
Well, maybe
Okay.
if it's still early. How long did it take us to get back to?
It took you pretty much the rest of the day. It's night.
It's
Like
evening
it's-
at least. Yeah.
yeah.
Alright. Long rest it is.
Breakfast for dinner is what name served you. So
Yeah. I'm a big fan of breakfast for dinner.
I am too.
same.
In fact, I might have pancakes for dinner tonight. Thanks for the idea.
Glad we could help solve your dinner plans. D&D, dinner and
Dessert.
divination,
Drinks.
dessert,
Dinner.
drinks.
Drinks.
Drank.
This has been the Drank Crew. Thanks for joining us all.
Drank.
That's what you get for hanging out on a Friday night.
No,
yeah.
no more drinks. No more drinks.
Purple drank.
No, no more drinks.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys wake up in the morning and head out. Is that the plan? And head out for Castellana Villa.
We should
Mm-hmm.
like make a plan of approach.
I was gonna say, what are we gonna do when we get
Yeah.
there?
Well, I was thinking about pulling the door off its hinges and hitting people with it.
That worked last time.
It did, yeah. That's
But we're
true.
gonna go to jail if we do that.
So this is why I like you, Prince.
But I am still annoyed about that fact. Just at all the fun.
We haven't been to jail yet. There's still time.
Oh, good. I can join you there.
Mm.
So does anybody have any suggestions?
I
Um,
would.
I
I
mean,
would
I don't
recommend-
mind doing it yours way.
Oh,
but
before we set out, let me spend a little bit of time and do a ritual and bring back Wayrune as a spider again.
Right.
So we
That's a
have
good
him because he
idea,
got
yeah.
squished.
No.
Yeah, you got squished.
Okay.
Cool. So what you guys' plan?
What can we do that's not illegal?
I like how that list is somehow shorter than the illegal things you can come up with.
It really is.
It's
I mean, we could-
it's not illegal to just go for a walk and to have a look around the
Mhm.
neighborhood and
Depends
Well,
on
I
how
mean-
Not
close you
illegal
get.
to walk.
It
Not
borders
illegal
on
to look.
trespassing.
And if you
Not
want to be
illegal
even
to-
more boring, you could always just take the case to the city watch. Now that would be definitely the opposite
Mm,
illegal and the opposite of fun
Yeah.
as well.
No way, this is our business now.
Oh, good.
yeah.
I think the city watch is
And why would they
Hmm.
care?
bugged.
Oh, the
By-
Castellantas have an
Oh,
orb,
I think you're right. I
Yeah.
think they
have a
have
stone.
some-
Why would they give a shit?
Insiders. These people have a rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it is a rock that leads to a ton of dragons and wealth, but
Yes.
Did we lose Taryn?
I think we did.
I
We're
mean,
just
yeah.
all
I thought
so
he was just. I thought he was just
away.
judging us.
This is me judging you.
Yeah, I thought he was just giving us a really judgmental face there. No, it looks like we've lost Taryn.
Well, I mean, we're still just planning our stuff, so I think we can.
That's true. We can just
Yeah, we can continue to plan, and we can surprise the DM with our plan.
Yeah.
Yes. Our inevitably very bad plan.
It's okay. It's not illegal to walk around. It's not illegal to look. It's not illegal to knock on their door.
Is it illegal
Knock
to
a little
cast
harder.
a spell and see if something we're interested in is inside the
I
house?
don't think it's
It
illegal to do that.
it is against the code legal, I believe, to cast a spell. Definitely on someone. I think in public as well.
Well, on an inanimate object, though.
Yeah,
like,
we're casting it on the rock, not the
Yeah.
person.
the rock's not going to complain.
Yeah.
That
it
is
can.
true. And by the way, I must say, little Faye, it is wonderful to see that you have been corrupted to the side for fun. I'm sad that it wasn't me, but I am happy that all the same. I mean, the day I met you in the stocks when you accidentally kidnapped someone, I knew from that moment that you had the spark of this, and I am so happy to see it finally come to fruition.
I forgot about that.
I did too. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. That was
Oh, we're
amazing.
so bad with kids.
Oh, we really are. Oh my god. Let's turn Troll Skill Miner into a daycare after all this is over. A free
God.
school.
Oh dear.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, I also
so-
killed a horse. That's right.
2 horses.
2 horses. We killed so many poor
Two horses with one stone. Not actually.
Well, no, it
For
was
1 arrow.
like 2 javelins, and
Couple magic missiles. And
those horses were way too hard to kill.
how
They
they
really
roll.
were. They
I
were
am
brilliant.
I am now somewhat scared of all of you.
It all would have been much simpler if the carriage was counted as a flammable object for the sake of fire.
Yeah, we could have just
It really
lit it on
would've.
fire and
And I think we've actually fully lost Taryn now.
He's working at it.
Yes.
Just reconnecting.
Mm.
I'm gonna put this on the BRB screen because our cameras are.
Oh,
rolling
yeah.
around.
oh wow,
That's
what
exciting.
happened there?
And we're
And we're back.
Hey everybody, sorry about that. My internet hates me, and they came out today and fixed it, so that's great.
It's good.
Fixed it real good. Fix it good. Anyway, sorry. I have lost my train of thought. You guys were planning what you were
Yes.
going to do.
Yes.
What did you decide during that very convenient? Did one of you dox me to get more time to plan? Is that what happened there? I blame you all.
Yeah, wait till the SWAT team shows up.
Yep.
You guys conspired with the internet company that came out today. Like, make it bad so we have more time to plan. I see how it is.
I feel like more time to plan isn't gonna help us.
No, it's not. But
Our plans are not good.
okay, so tell me what you came up with, and tell the audience that's still with us.
Yes.
We're gonna sneak in the horse garage.
This is family friendly, so I don't want to tell you what to do with that statement, Matthew. But,
I don't know if we really solidified anything.
well, what were you guys thinking?
We're
Talk
gonna
some
go
stuff
for a
out.
walk, and we're gonna,
Uh-huh.
it's no crime to walk,
Right?
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna
Yet.
walk around that neighborhood, and we will, turn on a spell that isn't necessarily a crime because it's not targeting somebody.
Right.
And
Okay.
we'll find out if there's something in the house, and then we'll probably commit some crimes after that.
Okay, gotcha.
There may or may not be a distraction involved depending on how difficult it looks to sneak in.
Okay.
We also offered up the idea of splitting a little bit.
Oh,
Because I would be totally okay with knocking on their door and trying to be like, hey, we're here to visit.
I'm here to visit.
Have you heard of our new card game?
Yeah.
We're doing some canvassing.
Yeah.
We're trying to do some customer surveys to see how.
We have 2 new games in the work. Sorcery, the Collection, and Tia's Hand. Would you be interested in financing any of them?
Yeah. So, if you guys are splitting the party, is that a plan? Is that what you guys are gonna do?
No.
No,
I think we're gonna
No.
see.
No,
Okay.
Not yet. We're
Yeah.
gonna
Not
see.
yet.
There's
Oh.
one. There's one more option. There's bodies in the family crypt, and then if we got the guards and took them and said, hey, look, the Castellaners are like putting, maybe the guards would like come to the Castellaners and give us a distraction.
Or they would just assume that we did it and arrest us.
They would probably want to know why we're at the mausoleum.
Yeah, you guys kind of broke in.
Well, we could send a message to a third party. Send a quick little scroll to them.
Okay.
An anonymous letter, of concern.
You guys gonna do an anonymous 911 call? Let them know there's some crypt
But
diving.
my concern with that is we do that, and then so we get to the villa at the same time as like 12 guards, which
That's a good point.
Then we
Yeah.
let the guards open up the door and we just sneak in.
with the guards in the same place.
Well, I mean, if need be, I can go invisible, follow them in, and then open the door for the rest of you.
Again, we'd still be in the house with a bunch of guards.
I mean, when the guards leave, I
Also-
go in, I stay there, they leave, I open up the door for the rest of
Yeah.
you to come in.
I
What
like
would
that
the
plan, but without the guards.
I mean, we can still do
Yeah.
that without the guards. Like, you can still, like, okay, so if you go invisible, Prince knocks on the door to get them to open it,
Mm-hmm.
tries to sell them some cards.
Mm-hmm.
You sneak in while the door's open and you are invisible.
Hmm.
And then you find a way to get the rest of us in.
I like that this sounds like it definitely will not work. We should definitely do it.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do
I think
that.
it's better than any other plan that we can come up with.
I think this is a
my
great
guess,
plan.
but
Let's do it.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So you guys are
the most adventurous thing.
going to the front door of the Castellana Villa. I love
Yes.
We are.
it. You guys have made this so much easier on me. Awesome.
I think we should like case it first and see where a likely spot to let
Yeah.
us in will be.
I mean, I'll describe it for you guys as you guys walk up. It's over in the C ward, which is to. Let me pull up my right thing. It's to the left, to the west, not left. I mean, it is technically the left, but to the left of where you guys are in the North Ward. Pretty much actually like straight across in the city. So I don't know if you guys have the map up or whatnot, but
Yeah.
it's only about a 2-hour walk over to Castellana Villa. So
A really big city.
yeah,
I'm continually amazed by
at how big this map is.
And,
Yeah.
and you work in the
I
city, and
know.
anytime we walk somewhere, you're like, yeah, this is really big city.
I say
Before
that
she just did like a little
all the
area.
time.
Yeah, but so as you guys walk up on Castellana Villa, you guys happen upon stark white walls and a gleaming crimson roof, and turrets stand out even among the other opulent estates of the Sea Ward. A 3-story mansion lies in the midst of a picturesque green gardens dappled with hedges and water features. The estate is surrounded by a tall white brick wall with a single wrought iron gate as an entrance. The Castellana family crest, a green Y overlapping a stylized goose being fed, is emblazoned on the gate. And armed guards stand at attention on either side. This is a good point to knock. If you're looking for a door to knock on.
Yeah. Is there any other kind of obvious entrances around?
No, not even a horse garage. I took that one from you guys because I wanted that one. That's mine.
Reclaim the horse garage.
Yep.
Taking it back.
How tall is this wall around the villa?
It is 10 feet, I believe.
That's doable.
Yeah. But I mean, there are guards posted at the gate, and then if you guys do case it, you'll notice patrols kind of along, as well as in the Sea Ward. I mean, this is kind of like the up and up part of the city, and this is where the real rich people live. There are turrets and watchtowers sort of posted throughout the area, where City Watch sort of observe the happenings of the passerbys and everything. So.
Are there any in the area? Are there any like cafes anywhere that we could sit and be inconspicuous?
Yeah.
This is pretty much, at least around here, is pretty much a residential, like fancy estate area. This is where people put their, their villas and their mansions and their gardens and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
Can we locate object and see if our...
Yeah, you could definitely go ahead and try that.
Is 1,000 feet, because I don't use feet, big enough to get across?
Yeah, it's like a little under half a mile. No, it's a fifth of a mile, but yeah, it's a fifth of a mile. My brain... Sorry, I went... Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking I was thinking meters within a mile anyway. I use a lot of metric and yeah. Anyway, it's a fifth of a mile.
Cool, that means nothing to me.
I was about to say I don't use miles.
A fifth of a mile is sorry, I'm trying to think. A 5K is 3.2 miles, so it's
like
a 15th of a kilometer.
I think it should be. Math is difficult.
Inside the house, basically.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's 3 football fields. American football fields.
300 meters. I googled it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
300 meters. Okay. No, that's Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I will locate object.
Okay. It's in there.
Ooh. Is it above ground, underground?
It's like in the mansion, like first floor.
Oh, is it moving?
You're sitting there watching it. It is not.
All right, I'll relay this back to my teammates.
Are you guys just kind of like standing out in front of the gate, or are you doing this
No,
spellcasting?
we're kind of.
I would say we're like casually kind of like on a walk. We look like we're
Harmony
Yeah.
is taking him on a tour. Got it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Exactly
I'll cast it further away and then concentrate on it as we like walk by.
As Harmony tells us all about this area.
Yes.
Are there any good barrels to hide in to play hide and seek so I can send them down?
No, this is not near as much of a merchant area as near the Grahund Manor.
It's going to be harder to send in Wayrun if I can't, have a nap while we...
So,
Do we want to send
We
Wayrun
not-
in with 5s?
Well, if you need to send Wayrun and you need to like rest, can't you just get on Jor's back again? Can't she just kind of carry you for a little bit?
Yeah. I'll just
Well,
pretend
he
you're my
loses-
child.
He
Yeah.
loses all his senses and stuff, so you'd have to carry him or something. 'Cause...
I can do that.
Yeah. That's doable. She's strong.
Yeah, I can do it.
so you guys are explain to me where you guys are walking real fast. So I get a kind of a picture of like, are you like kind of just walking continuously around the villa? Are you kind of doing a wider loop?
That would look like we were casing it. We're like,
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to get.
like
What you guys are doing?
No, we're
We
like,
are
Like around
casing.
the block.
I mean, we are, but like not obviously.
Okay.
Ideally, not obviously.
Okay. So there's like a little like on the map here. There's like a little like triangle of like buildings and stuff. Are you guys kind of doing that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So there's like for you viewers at home who, because we're all at home, few viewers in the map. There's Castle Lanner Villa, and then there's like a small like triangle of houses where these streets sort of dissect and so they're kind of just there's Delzorin Street,
Yeah.
Diamond Street, and the Singing Dolphin.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Street of the Singing Dolphin, which is a long name. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are doing that. So as you guys kind of like pass by, you start passing by Castle Lanner Villa again. You hear a voice call out to you guys as you guys pass by the gate.
Oh shit.
As we were coming on to our second approach, Five's having some experience in things of this matter. He would have ducked into an alleyway if he could, and quickly cast invisibility.
Okay.
Before tagging along.
Yeah.
Okay. So Fives is invisible. His verse hopped up on Joy's back. Harmony's leading this to her. As you guys pass by the gate, you just hear a sort of familiar voice that you mostly heard shouting before. Wouldn't it just be easier if you came inside?
I like immediately respond. I'm like, yeah, this definitely would be.
It would be easier. You're right.
Wait, who is that?
Let's open the gate. And standing before you is let me just 1 second, get a description. Sort of an elderly looking tiefling, wearing nice clothing, but a sharp black suit and thin rimmed glasses. He just sort of looks at you and says, I hope this encounter goes a little bit smoother than last time's. Please follow me. I promise you no harm will come to you. You are guests of the Castellantos.
Well, all right then. Everything's working out.
Yeah.
On as quiet as footsteps as I can manage, I'll obviously follow with the group.
Yeah, give me a stealth roll.
Yep, but separate by, if I can, like 10 feet.
Okay.
So that's 19 on the dice for 26.
Okay. Yeah, you are quiet. As far as you know, no one can hear you. The party doesn't know where you are. They just know you turned invisible. So.
Yeah.
Okay. He leads you guys sort of past the gardens and everything and into the main manor. You're led through gold-trimmed, beautiful glass doors. I just lost you guys again, so that's awesome.
We've still got audio. Oh.
Go on again. Piss.
That's when we grabbed the stone and got the money.
Yep. Punch this guy in the jaw.
I know. I'm not liking this guy already.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not? I like it.
Yeah.
I was really excited that someone invited us in. It's like, that's exactly what we need.
It's like, you know what we do to places that we go into. It's why would you do this?
Why would you do this to yourself?
I'll put us on the BRB screen again, just for a bit, while we can get this fixed up. Okay, we're back.
Hey, everybody. I don't know what to tell you on this one. We're just going to get through this, and thankfully, unfortunately, we're nearing the end, thankfully, because my internet hates us. But basically, where we just left off, you guys were making your way into the manor through gold-laced, beautiful glass doors. You step into a grand hall, where it just sort of opens up. There is a gorgeous harpsichord in a corner. There's beautiful, like, plants and, like, benches and things, and there is it's just gorgeous in here. Wonderfully done paintings and portraits and tapestry and just everything you can imagine to showcase lavish wealth. As well as sort of across the way and up on a balcony stands the Lord and Lady of the Castellanters. Looking lavish and grand. They stand above and welcome you in as the butler behind you shuts the door. The man steps forward, sort of straightens his coat jacket a little bit. Hello. My name is Victoro Casalanter. Seems we have similar interests.
It's really nice to meet you, sir. Oh.
Lost you guys. Yes.
No.
I
We're
lost
back.
you guys for like
No,
a
we're
second. Okay.
I would.
Sorry.
We walked in.
Where did I lose you guys?
Oh, I think we heard everything, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but now you're gone.
There you go.
Oh.
Hmm.
Imagine this happening in real life. You're just sitting there in your room with your DM, and
Oh.
so your DM locks up. And you have to like go over there and
Yeah.
smack him.
I'll give it a second. Seems like it was just cutting out a bit.
Yeah.
I will do the screen transition again, and then we'll get this figured out.
Yes.
And we are good again.
We're just gonna keep trying.
Yep.
This is just gonna be a labor of love as we make it through this. But so where do we leave off?
We just started talking to old mate.
Okay.
Mhm.
So who was going to Hisver, you said you had something you wanted to do when you walked through?
I was hoping on our way in that I could kind of surreptitiously plop Wayroon out as we were walking in, so he could scuttle off and start
Okay.
looking around separately.
Drop the spider
Either-
on the floor.
Give me your sleight of hand check or Wayroon's stealth check.
I should have had that ready. That's Weasel Wayroon.
Weasel.
Yes. 23.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's gone. So
Just to put this in as well, as the spider goes off, so does the invisible fives.
okay, you're just heading off. Let me describe the sort of villa for you, grounds wise. There's like a garden. You guys come in through the main gate. There's the manor. There's a guest house, and then there's sort of like a stable. I remember the right word this time, but there's no exit out through the villa or through the wall, and you have to go out the main gate. So,
Where were we taken?
you guys were taken to they were taken to the main house, the manor.
I'd probably break off and start snooping around the manor then as well.
Okay, so you would have to. Are you going in the same door as them, or are you going around and trying to find another entrance?
Just to clarify, so I've hit the mental picture in my head properly.
Yeah.
So have they gone in the doors and then they're immediately met by Victoro?
Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to think what would be best.
What's up, best? What's Fives doing?
He's. I hate having these decisions thrust upon me. He's slipping around the main house. He's
Okay.
and then he's splitting off as. he's
Okay, so he goes in the main door. So you're going through the main door. I'm gonna say that kind of
I'll
is
find
where
a-
you.
I'll
yeah.
find a window. I'll find a window.
Okay, so you slink in through a window.
Probably best. Probably best
Okay.
not to. Sudden decisions aren't always the best.
Gotcha.
Try and find another way in, another window or something like that, and
Okay.
snoop around this house, villa, whatever. Would I have to make any check for this? Or for the previous stealth.
Yeah, we'll just use your previous stealth roll for this for right now.
Okay.
You're still invisible, so.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, so you're snooping around. We'll get back to that in a second. Lord Castellanor had just addressed the group, just menacingly, but with some sincerity. Your interests do seem to currently align, so. And now it's the turn for the lady of the house to step up. I am. Let me find her name. Amalia Castellanor. It seems you've found a way to be a thorn in our side in our search for this. And she holds up the stone. So, instead of working against each other, we have a proposal. And the Lord, not Growlhound, he steps out around for the corner. No, Victoro sort of pipes up again, and we search for the vault not for ourselves, but for our children. We have found ourselves indebted in business with someone we wish to part ways. And we need most of that gold to leave our children something as opposed to nothing. But we will not leave you wanting for your work. We will offer you 10% of the dragons in the vault if you do some more legwork.
Lying?
Are you wanting to insight or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
17.
Okay. So I wish we were all at the same table so I could come whisper in your ear like Matt Mercer, but we're not, so I'm just gonna tell you what I'm saying. You catch, and you're used to dealing with these types. You're sort of familiar with the rich snobs who have a sense of entitlement. You don't get that from him.
Okay.
You tell that they're sincere in doing this for their children, at least in that sense, but they're being a little bit not forthcoming with the sort of deal that they're entrapped in. You can tell that there's a little bit more to that story than just bad business dealings.
Okay. If we help you with this business deal that isn't working out, it's not going to come back on us, is it? If we're helping you.
Amalia gets a nice smirk across her face. Says, "En contraire, helping us is the smartest decision you could make."
Well, then clearly we won't do that.
I was going to say.
I've seen your dealings. Yes, that's. But you could. And she's got it in her hand now, and she tosses it to Willowfort, to the butler, using some magical force. And it just sort of sails across the room and floats to him. And he catches it. She says, "You could take this from us and go about finding the vault on your own and unlocking it and using all that gold for yourselves. And you will make enemies of the whole city."
Yeah, look, we didn't really have. I'm gonna level with you. We didn't really have a plan.
She kind of starts laughing wholeheartedly now. She's just.
we hadn't gotten.
I
that far.
like you.
We had not gotten that far at all. We didn't really think about what was going to be in the vault, or So
if you
thanks for the idea, though.
With us, you not only will come away with 50,000 gold. But a powerful ally within the city's upper echelon.
I'm not good with upper echelons. I like the lower echelons. Like those tend to be my mates. But I mean,
He laughs again and says, "And you would be free to deal with them instead of waiting for them to stab you in the back at any moment. For the large number of dragons within your pockets."
That doesn't end well for people.
And Fives, you're snooping around currently.
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of your process snooping around? What are you looking for?
Any open door?
Okay, I'm gonna say you got through a window and you're in. There's a long hallway with some like rooms and stuff along.
Okay. Any open door, a locked door, is kind of opened ever so slightly, peeked in, and then ignored.
Okay.
More on the locked doors.
Okay. Let me pull up the manor for you. Let's see. It's the first thing you're gonna come across. Okay. Yeah, you pass a couple of you pass the kitchen and what seems to be a small library, and then you come to the second door on your left, and you won't open. What are you doing?
Okay, he doesn't have Joe specifically thieves' tools on him.
Okay.
But I'd imagine he'd have like a collection of pins and things like this, random.
Okay, so essentially thieves' tools.
Yeah, so kind of, would it be okay to make a dex check without the proficiency?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, don't screw me over, dice. Oh, that's good. 16 plus, where is it? Plus 3, 19.
Yeah, now you make your way in. And you find yourself in a small reading room. Seems to be a nice tall set of 4 windows that look out into a butterfly garden, a lavish armchair and small side table, an empty wine glass, and a small book on that table as well. Yeah, just seems to be somebody's reading room.
First things first, I'll lock the door behind me.
Okay.
No discrepancies. And you said there was a book on the table?
Yes.
Straight flip
through it. Okay. Give me an investigation check as you start peeking through this.
That's not as good. Still good though at 16.
Okay, yeah. As you start flipping through it, you start seeing it seems to be Victorio Castellander's journal. It's mostly just atlases of Faerun observation on history books. But you start picking out a few notes that seem to be unrelated to readings.
Okay.
You see, Neverember's dragons are an answer to our prayers. The Castellander mausoleum and form YG. It's kind of got an arrow and some drawings to a small manor on the other side of the city. And then Golorr is an aboleth. Now it all makes sense.
Would I recognize the word aboleth?
Yeah. Yes, Fives would recognize it.
Okay.
So, and as you're finishing up your reading, we're going to cut back to the rest of the group. So, what will it be? With us or without us?
I would like to add a little bit to this bargain, if we could. Or at least
speak your mind, Prince. Your family is friends of ours.
Oh, you know them. I'm really flattered. Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I would like, if we could, the money isn't so important to me so much as that we have protection from anything bad that might happen. I wouldn't want anything to happen to my friends. So if that could be added to the deal, that would be fantastic. If you have any requests in return, that would be great. And I was thinking, if we do this as a show of trust in each other, we each get to ask the other group one question, and you have to answer truthfully. Any question goes.
They both sort of chuckle themselves and look and shrug, and that's amicable. I guess you didn't quite understand that the promise of having an ally in the upper echelons came with protection and clout and favor.
Okay, that would be fantastic.
Yes.
One of those, please.
Yes. I will
What
take one of
is
those.
your question?
I want to agree on the deal first.
Ask your question. The deal is made.
Oh. Hmm. Okay.
Just like that, huh?
All right. Well,
10%. Can I just circle back around to that 10% figure?
It,
Here's
So he's like, he's like absorbed in Wayrune.
oh yeah, true.
You can
He's
like
like
smack
asleep.
him. You can like
I'm
smack
like-
him and he might come back.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna let him continue to be absorbed in Wayra, and like, nope, he's gone. This is normal. Don't worry, this is normal. That 10% figure feels a little low considering we're doing all the legwork for you. Or like all of it, like literally all of it.
See, we've already calculated in some of our expenses for a carriage, for members of our organization. Someone's going to have to move all of the gold. We own the location of the vault.
Oh.
It's more of just we have some requests from you for the keys. And that's why we would like to work together. And with our share, we would be more amicable to working with you if it weren't necessary for that amount to free our children. And after we've obviously worked our deal with our other business partner, we'll be in a better position to fluff your pockets later.
So what
Sam,
did
you're
you
muted
say?
if you were trying to talk.
No, I'm muttering to myself to figure out what Fives is doing.
Oh, sorry, other Sam.
Oh, so confusing with two Sams.
It has, and I forgot to clarify because it's been so long.
Yeah. My bad. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Did you say free your children? Are they being held somewhere?
In a certain way, is that your question?
No.
No.
Nope.
So,
Nope.
ask
Nope.
your question, and
All right.
we can move forward with our partnership.
Sure. So my question is, and this won't matter in any case where our deal is good and valid, what is your greatest weakness?
And they sort of look at each other, and they answer in unison. Our children.
Excellent. That's the answer I was expecting.
Not who the business partner is? You weren't going to ask that?
Nah,
It's a
I just
little
want
late.
to know if they're family people or not.
Okay. Okay.
That's amazing. Yeah, so, and they sort of look at you and say, and our question for you is, and Victorio sort of steps to the balcony and extends a hand, are you ready to get to work? And Willowfort
all right.
steps towards you guys, and he just hands over the stone.
Okay. Pocket it.
Okay.
I would just...
I mean, I'm going to be the one who's physically hardest to take it from again, so
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
take and pocket it.
Victoria says, and our to maintain our part of the bargain, we will provide you with a companion and a key. Willifort will be accompanying you as you unlock the vault.
Yay.
I would.
Is Willifort particularly squishy at all? Because we can't be held responsible for any,
And
death.
he sort of looks at you guys, turns back into Halston, the guard captain you guys interacted with earlier, and then he turns into Jor, and then he turns into Prince,
You son
and
of
then
a
he turns
bitch.
into Harmony, and then he turns back into himself.
Yikes.
Says,
That's a neat-
I can handle myself. Thank you very much.
Good. Oh, no disrespect. I just mean that if you die, you die.
That will have to be brought up with my employers, but I have no problems. And yeah, so that's so while we're moving along with this, if you're from another stream, this is probably a good point to cut out for spoilers.
Ah.
So if you're looking to not spoil your game, drop out now. And if not, keep going with us as we move on towards the final bits of stuff. So, and they the Lord and Lady just thank you and good luck. And they both sort of step back into the darkness and are gone.
Thanks.
And Willifort looks at you guys. Should we get your friend who came in with you?
I told you.
I think we should let him panic a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
Actually, that would be quite fun. Let's do that. Fives, what have you been up to?
Out of the reading room, locked it, study, whatever. Locked it and headed straight to the library.
Okay. Okay, what are you looking for in the library? Actually, sorry, I forgot one thing. As you enter the library, you stumble upon Terenzio and Elzrina, the children of the Castellanters.
Huh.
Fireball.
What were the names again, sorry?
Terenzio and Elzrina. I'm going to say you can poke your head and notice that there are people in there before you just start going in.
He's still completely invisible.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that part, though.
So
Give me, well, I guess we'll keep using your old stealth check. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, so the children don't notice you. You are now really creepy.
He is already creepy in his own way. What's the kind?
There's shelves, lots of books. On the southwest shelf, there are jars, like glass jars with corks in them, that seem to almost be humming.
Okay.
How old are the kids? Like actual kids, or are these like?
Yeah, no, these are like actual kids.
Okay.
Oh.
I was like, these are rich, pretentious teenager whatevers, and I'm like, whatever.
No, these are like 7 and 9 or something. So
Okay.
these are young kids.
So the exact age that we traditionally have problems with.
Yes, right in that bookmark.
Yeah.
And anything else of note? Any like ornate desks?
Give me a perception check.
So are we kidnapping them or stealing from them? I mean,
Seducing
just to keep
them.
things consistent.
One, Matt, no, go.
Perception. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You notice that one of the paintings on the walls looks a little off. You get a little closer and notice very small hinges.
Oh no, that is interesting.
Are you going to move the painting that's in the room with children in it? Their past perception is low, but it's not that low.
I'm trying to wonder, where are the kids in relation to the painting and these?
I mean, they're in the middle of the room playing right now. The painting's on the wall. But there's not anything like blocking you. Like, it's a small library. It's not like, rows and rows and rows. It's like there are walls with shelves on them and then like some paintings and stuff. I'm just telling you, you're not going to be able to open this without the children noticing.
Let me just check something. I'm going to reach into my pocket, and why the hell not try this? Pull out a pinch of fine sand, blow it in their direction, and whisper, "Succumb to the exhaustion you feel," as I'm casting sleep.
Okay.
I'll do it at second level to try and...
They fall asleep. I mean, they definitely don't have the hit points necessary to stay awake.
And then the police come.
You have successfully cast magic on the children of the Cassalanters. This is going to go so well.
Really,
And
really
if I recall the code legal properly, I think magic on a noble is death.
Yeah. No, yeah. You're pretty much right there. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, for right now, the children are asleep.
Hey,
I just
I am.
want to point out that invisibility has a restriction on casting spells.
Yeah, that's
Which is-
gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
visibility
Yeah.
straight back up.
Okay.
okay. So you cast it again.
I'm casting
Okay.
it straight again.
Okay, so in the
And,
meantime, you guys are leaving the manor, like the
God.
villa. You guys are back on
Go
the
away.
street.
Leaving the villa without him, I thought we'd just like let him stew for a bit, but are we like leaving without Fives?
Wilford is just like ready to go. If Fives get caught, Fives gets caught. They have a deal with you guys. He wasn't in the room, so
This is gonna go bad.
We should probably try and find him.
Nah.
Yeah.
as you guys get to the gate, Williford is like, "Should we wait?"
Just a couple of minutes.
Okay. So in the meantime, Jor, you've got the stone, right?
I do.
You, after about 10 minutes of being in contact with this thing, you just hear a voice in your head. Hello, holder of the stone. I am Golorr. You wish to know the vault and its keys. Find a shape changer, an animated construct, and a drunk elf. Bring those with you, and you will find access to the vault.
Well, that was fucking weird.
And I'm not there to say that it's an aboleth.
No.
Nope. Actually, no one else heard that besides Jor, so.
Yeah, nobody. And then Georgia said, well, that was fucking weird.
So, yeah, and we'll cut back to Fives having just magically, messed with some children, so. You
Yes.
basically just roofied them. Just magically roofied children.
Don't put it that way.
I'm sorry, but that's what happened.
I mean, I can't argue.
Hey, so you're trying to find the secret entrance?
Yes, definitely. Going through
Okay.
the secret entrance if I can.
So you find your way into the pantry.
Well, this was
Fine.
less... Well, less exciting than I thought it would be.
Okay.
Let's have a poke around.
Inside, you find casks of ale, fresh water, and cooking oil. Foodstuffs and ingredients line the wall on shelves. You sort of open up, and sort of what you had pushed away was a wine rack. There seems to be there's an iron box on the floor, sort of covered a little bit up by a sack of potatoes. And then there's the door, obviously, leading out into the kitchen.
Well, let's hope this iron box is worth all the trouble I'm going to get into with the city guards. Let's see. And I'm going to see if I can't open it.
Okay.
So that'd be just, again, straight decks with no permission.
Yep.
That's a 19. The dice are be over soon.
Nope. You jiggle it, and this thing seems to have some sort of, and you've dealt with this a little bit before, arcane protection.
How big is this box?
I mean, it's like a large chest.
So I couldn't carry it.
No, it's a large, like a medium. I'll say medium-sized iron box. Like it would be difficult to carry. Very difficult.
Do I have anything to deal with that? I don't think I do.
About this time, as you're sort of fiddling with this, you feel a tap, tap, tap on your shoulder.
Oh, shit.
You turn around, and it is Victoro Castellanter. Just, you can drop the disguise now.
I'm going to let invisibility flow. Well, I mean, it's not really a disguise.
Shh.
Yes, okay.
Join your friends at the gate. The deal that's been made, and it will do you good to include yourself in it. If I find you on my property again without their companionship, he just sort of smiles at you.
I just
Now
smile.
go.
I will be honest. This is not the most awful encounters.
I don't think you understand how little time I want to give you. Leave. And he just sort of turns around and walks out. And you see two guards just standing there on the other side of the door. And he says, and you hear, and don't think I've forgotten what you did to my children.
Would you two gentlemen believe this is still not the most awkward encounter I've had in a noble
They just sort
house?
of look at you and they both just like grab an arm and just start leading you out.
So as they go out the front door, Wayroon skitters into the middle of the hallway and waves, and then skitters out behind the.
Oh, tiny little spider wave.
And they sort of just, as you guys are like waiting at the gate, you see two guards just like push the door open and just chuck fives.
That's about what I expected to happen.
Can I make a deck save to try and style?
Yes,
style out
sure.
of it?
Disappointed, but not surprised.
They're not high-level magic casters or anything. They're not, really powerful wizards.
17.
Yeah, you managed to stumble pretty well. You're still thrown with some force, but you managed to hit and sort of not take any like real damage or anything from it. You just sort of land and tuck into the roll and pop up on your feet.
Well, it's been a few months since I had an encounter like that. Different circumstances, I admit, but still, all the same, it was a nice reminder.
I don't even want to ask. Willifort says, just says, we should go.
Don't.
Yes, you're probably best not asking.
So, Miss Jor, any ideas on the keys?
Did you hear that?
What? And he sort of has like a half smile on his face. You can tell he's definitely attuned to this while he was taking it back to the Castellaners. He knows exactly what you just heard.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Any thoughts on where to find those things?
So you did hear it?
Oh, yes, but not when you heard it.
Not when I heard it.
What things? What are we?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Can somebody else take the orb? The stone.
It's freaking Jor out.
She was like, nope, bad juju.
Well,
I'm not a magic user.
His resolution for it.
Hisver grabs it.
Absolutely his grabs
And I'm actually going to say,
give it
because
to
of
him.
how attuned Hisver is to magic, it just sort of instantly attunes to you. And you hear, hello, new story Mother.
The stone talks.
Do you
Well, I mean,
want to
it is
know
an
the
obelisk.
keys
Right?
in the vault?
Yes. Please.
Find a shape changer, an
Check.
animated construct,
Got one.
and a drunk elf.
That's all we need.
I like how that one's the last one. It's like super serious, and a drunk elf.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Wait, 2 out of 3 though.
So
Okay, do
we
you want to?
need
Yeah.
so the stone says we need a shape changer. Who's that? This guy.
That guy.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we need him, and we need a living construct, and I
got
assume
one.
making omelets is optional.
Yeah.
So we've got that, and it says we need a drunk elf. Do we?
In your head, you hear, "What is an omelet?"
They're eggs, and they're delicious. It's food.
I would
It's
like
food.
one. I have not had food for a long time.
Where would I put it? But do you?
Sorry.
This is my curse.
We can put you adjacent to an omelet if you.
Omelet adjacent. Omelet adjacent.
The stone just. I would like that. Thank you.
It would.
Hisma has a pet rock.
Yep, that talks back.
It would
He
like
just has a super powerful aberration, just living in a stone that he can talk to.
Why
So you
did I say
guys-
stone at all?
Do you guys go to
Troll skull.
yeah, Troll Skull? On your way in, you guys bump into Fala,
Huh.
the herb shop owner, who
Hey.
they are a wood elf.
Hey.
get them drunk. Do you like to drink? Do you drink?
Well, it's been some time, but I think actually the last time I got drunk, there was a fireball in our alleyway.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
we could do that again if that's
depends, and she sort of looks at you, and just depends who's asking, and then they sort of give a look over to
This-
Harmony,
the stone's asking. Oh,
and they kind of like give a wink at Harmony.
Don't worry about that stone. Okay. Well, should we go for a drink?
You do own a tavern.
Do you want to
Yeah.
go to our tavern for a drink?
I would love that. And they sort of grab your arm and walk with you into the pub.
Yes.
Is Jor a little
Amazing.
jealous?
He was like, how did this happen?
So yeah, you guys are you guys getting drunk? Are you guys all doing the thing where you just sip on the same beer all night and then just wait for her to get drunk?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
George
Yes.
probably down like 6 and be fine. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Kai Con
George
months.
drinks properly, but
Hisper
would
marches
say-
the stone back
say-
to the kitchen and begins having Nim demonstrate omelets.
Okay. The stone begins sort of dissecting it, like maybe if he tried cutting it in sort of a dodecahedron shape, it would optimize the flavor potential and impact of the tongue.
Passes it back and forth between the construct and the stone.
His versus this weird sort of translator for an aboleth and a construct. Oh. So you begin doing a weird 3-way phone sort of conversation, game of telephone. As Harmony and Vala begin drinking and flirting,
drinking and fuming.
drinking and fuming. Fives and Prince, what are you guys up to?
Go ahead.
I am just confusedly watching the construct, the aboleth, and Hisver, and just confused, basically. But finding it so very
Give me an intelligence check to see if you can ascertain some of the language that the construct is using, because it uses its own form of sign language.
That's a natural 20.
Okay, so you pick up on it real quick. It sort of reminds you of you've spent a lot of time dealing with the Harpers, and they use a lot of Thieves' Cant. It's sort of a variation on that, and it's pretty easy to pick up. So you start basically translating for Nim better than Hisver is, and sort of begin. Nim talks to you, you talk to Hisver talks to the stone, and then it relays back.
Just gets more and more confusing.
Prince, what are you doing?
I'd like to pull out my guitar, and on the other side of the tavern, I'm gonna start serenading the room with some music for Fala and Harmony.
Okay. And George is just like, imagine George walks over and grabs the guitar and just.
No.
Not that.
Joe gets another drink.
George gets another drink. Got it. Okay. Yeah, and after a little while, Wilford has just been like standing by the door, just like observing this weird amalgamation of people just being themselves, which he doesn't see a lot with the Castellaners, because the rich people. Says he sort of like walks over and pokes Fala, and she sort of giggle, or they sort of giggle. Sorry, and they just, yes, hi, oh hi. Hello. Yep, we're good. Shall we be off?
Hisver wants to introduce the Aboleth to the our ghost, and then like show him his room. He's like,
for showing this pet around. Actually, the Aboleth is that the Golorr is having a great time. He hasn't really had a lot of conversation. I mean, here's a tune for a kid for a while. Nobody's really just like talk to Golorr for Golorr. Yeah, that's why that kid freaked out. I told you guys he held it, screamed, and dropped it. But yeah, so no one's really talked to Golorr for Golorr or asked how Golorr's doing. So the attention's really nice. Everyone's just the vault this, vault that. It's been trapped in the stone for a long time.
No one's offered Golorr an omelet.
No. No one's listened to Golorr. So
Hisver's like, you want to go play action figures upstairs?
This is some weird, like, demon ET scenario.
People will bond with anything.
Yes, so much.
Like, how did you not see this coming with the construct? Like, after Nim,
yeah.
How did you not see this coming that we'd be like,
you know what, though? No other group adopted Nim. I just want you to know that. Dan's group adopted goblins, whatever, so...
Yeah, but no one saw the construct and went, "Aw."
No, you guys were the only ones who were.
I don't think anyone else is going to look at an aboleth and think, "Oh."
We will, though.
Mm-hmm.
We have big hearts. We have big hearts.
And so, as you guys sort of, I don't know, after you guys kind of finish up getting Fala plastered, and Jor has now sufficiently joined them. Everyone, are you guys making your way towards the vault?
Okay, so how many of us are drunk as we go towards this vault?
Who was drinking? Let's just get a... Hisver, no. Hisver's playing with the stone, with the aboleth. Prince is writing music. Fives was observing Hisver.
Well, glaring every now and then at Wilford and wanting to stab him and restraining.
There's a lot of like looks between you guys, just like... But
Joe was drinking, but like not outside of her normal
it drink. Was like one for every 3 that Fala was getting served. You guys were just like, here, let's fill that one up for you. Like everyone's super attentive to her glass.
I feel bad being deceptive to them. Like,
yeah.
Hey,
I mean, have you considered this might have some unfortunate consequences for Fala? Or something that it might consume the keys rather than just use them.
Maybe we could tell them.
You could also ask the stone.
Hey, Hisver.
Yes, Hisver, what did your pet say?
Consume everything we know and love.
Oh, Galar. That will.
Yes.
What happens to the keys when we use them?
The keys just must be present.
Like so, our drunk elf gets to go home, and our
yes.
we can keep getting omelets.
Yes.
Will you still be here after we go to the vault?
Aww.
Yes.
Ah,
That's good.
Yes.
We didn't hear that.
No.
We're
Unfortunately.
doing one side.
You just hear every side, Hisver just like talking to it, and then getting like.
it's
So that's good.
The keys will be okay. They just need to be present, and everybody will be okay. And I guess we get rich. I guess.
So
I'm
we've made
walking
a
with
deal.
Nim.
Okay, so you guys bring Nim, Willifort, and Falah.
Yep.
Willifort leads you guys to a sort of an old, now derelict tower that seems to have been changing hands recently. It's been in the paper a couple of times about people wanting to do stuff with it. It used to be pretty prominent in your guys' district, your ward, I should say. But it's sort of just been in and out of different ownership, and just yesterday or just today was purchased by the Castellanters for a reconstruction and rebeautification project.
How convenient.
Sure.
Yes. And as you sort of get let in, it seems like people have been in here today and like cleaned this place up and like opened up a secret passageway that has been sort of clearly that took some work, but there's been some excavation. Like they've been working hard on this already, preparing for this event. So you guys sort of walk into this old tower and you walk around and you head into the basement, and you just sort of head down these long stairs. You guys find yourself come upon the Vault of Dragons.
I wonder why they didn't just do this.
I have my suspicions.
Can I
I
point
don't
out
think we're just gonna walk in and find piles of gold. I think.
Yeah.
And-
So as you guys walk in, there is just a large sort of hall that you guys have found yourselves. Actually, sorry, I missed a thing. You guys first get to the vault door, and written on them is the three keys. 3 keys, bring them forth, in big capital letters.
But
Can I point out that we are dealing with the type of people who are making deals with devils and imps and
us.
am I the only one concerned about this?
Oh, absolutely. I don't trust them as far as I could throw them, but I don't really see that we had that much choice.
I can ask Galar. Galar, should we trust these people? What did you think of them? They spent some time with them. What did you think?
They led me to you.
Aww.
They led him to us.
I can't tell if that is creepy or heartwarming at the same time. Oh well, let's just get this over with.
You still haven't told us that it's an aboleth.
Oh no, I haven't.
Like, that hasn't been mentioned. Right, just confirming that one.
And yeah, as the doors open, we're gonna cut it there.
Ooh.
Really?
There's a time, so
Ah.
Want to keep going?
No, we didn't. What about the time we lost?
Hisver's already found his treasure. He has a new friend that he can tote around with.
He has a pet rock.
He's like all set.
yeah. So I think we'll just cut it there for this week. Thanks, guys. Sorry for all of the technical issues we had. That's all on me. Yeah, but so if you guys want to go around and introduce yourselves or sign off and talk about what you enjoyed from the session tonight, besides the internet, which all sucked. We'll start with where we ended earlier. fives.
So yeah, I'm Samuel, the other Sam, or Sam number 2. You can find me on Twitter at Eldritch Warlock, although I don't really do much on there, admittedly. Obviously, played fives this evening, and my favourite moment, somewhere actually caught between having fives be captured or found, because that ties into so many personal headcanon stuff that I've made for him. It is just brilliant. So it's tied between that for personal reasons and his oddly heartwarming relationship with this aboleth. It should have been expected. It makes sense.
For this group, yeah.
Yeah.
But it came out of nowhere, and I love it.
On brand.
Yep.
I want to see more.
Yep.
So great. Yeah, I guess we'll jump over to Corey.
Hey, my name is Corey Hickson. Twitter, same name. And I think my favorite part... I think I have the same favorite part where we learn that friendship is the key to all of our problems. And as long as we do that, everything will be fine. Just befriend everything, including aboleth stones.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
You guys will make friends with anything.
We will.
And enemies of all of the City Watch.
Yeah.
And children.
And children. Right. Yeah.
Friend to the aboleths, enemy to the children.
Oh, that's a new tagline for this group.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we'll jump to Samantha.
Okay. My favorite moment tonight was definitely the line, "We could put you adjacent to an omelet," because I'm still laughing about it like 20 minutes later. I love that this aboleth just reacted so well to his ver, and it's just friendship is blooming. It's beautiful. It's like we said, it's so perfect with this group. Like, I hope.
I forgot. I'm sorry, Sam. I was gonna have the gazer waiting for you outside the pub when you guys left Troll Skull, and it went with you. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna canon that in retroactively. It also went to the vault with you.
Oh my god. Oh, what are we like? we have no human friends and all monster friends.
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect. All right, I'm done. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that I really feel bad because I wanted that to like be your moment, and I
Aw.
completely accidentally forgot
That's
that I was
okay.
going to have that
It
there.
makes me
But
happy anyway that it's
yeah.
there.
it's
Aw.
with you. So, Alex.
I'm Alex. I play Jor, the human barbarian. You can find me on Twitter at AlexCatu. And my favorite moment is Pet Rock. Just
The pet rock
It's
that
so
talks
good.
back.
so good. Yep.
Yep.
Very
That's-
on brand.
yeah. And Matt.
Matt Sheets. I was playing Hisver Umric, the gnomish divination wizard. You can find me here on Variant Rolls. Get your t-shirts. No. And yeah, so I say less the favorite moment, but more the optics of the whole situation in the kitchen that would have made it just a glorious Norman Rockwell painting of an artificial construct with a large mustache with a gnome holding up a rock like over an omelet and a tabaxi like translating, waving, and just I want a Norman Rockwell painting of that. Like,
Yeah, if we can get some commissioned fan art, or commissioned
Drunk
art.
elf and a gazer.
Yeah, I
and
want like the whole like tavern scene of just
wig
like
and-
a guy in purple strumming on a guitar. You have a old tiefling doppelganger that's hanging out by the door in a butler suit. You have a steaming barbarian woman just staring down this flirting going on. It was pretty great, yeah. And I'm Taryn. You can find me on Twitter at TarzanNoZ, and here on Fridays for one more week. I don't want it to end. My least favorite thing tonight was my internet. Obviously, that was you didn't hear it, but there was a lot of cursing and anger and yelling. So I was really frustrated, and I feel bad for losing you guys. But yeah, my favorite moments was pretty much the whole session. That was a blast. But Five's getting caught, you guys making deal with the Castellaners, and I want you guys to know that they run an Asmodeus cult. Just you guys, they sold their children's soul to the devil, and then now they need to buy them back. And you guys were like, "Cool, we're just gonna work with you guys." So, no questions asked.
You should have asked that question. We had a question.
Have you sold your children's souls to the devil? That's my question.
Yeah.
All the demons, all the devils, all the imps around.
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I mean,
All of
so
the signs, literally all of their staff were tieflings.
I was so
Literally every
surprised.
single person,
We're so dumb.
besides the two people that run the manor and their children.
I was so
We're
And
so
then-
dumb.
The Stone of Golorr, you guys just like instantly adopting it, besides Jor freaking the fuck out.
We're so stupid.
RPing the Lord and Lady Castellanter. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was just a fun session. I had a blast. So that was something else.
Oh, yeah.
So it's always great when you get the players to go along with the big bads.
Yep.
They were our friends.
Yeah, you guys have an alliance with a really powerful family now. So I mean, you got that going for you.
Powerful evil family.
Yep.
You're just digging that hole deeper and deeper without even knowing.
We would though. Like me as a player was like, this is probably a bad idea, but Joel would just be like,
Yeah, I mean, it made sense in character. Like, I loved it. That you guys did great. You guys
Like,
played it great. But
this is probably pretty sus, but
I can't wait to see if Fives find out, because in character, he's going to hate that fact. He's with the
gonna hate
Harpies,
that.
the opposition to tyranny and evil. He's now find out the rest of the group made this deal with the people with the cult as a modus. I wanted to find out, but I don't want him to find out at the same time. Just the hilarity of him going along with this and never realizing.
yeah, okay.
This is
So thanks for joining us this week. Find the last of the penultimate games tomorrow morning at 11:30 Central Time. Run by DM Corey. Their group is great. Every game this week has been fantastic, so tune in and see how things sort of begin to wrap up. And you guys can tune in now because you guys have seen spoilers now. So, yeah. So and then join us next week as we wrap up our Waterdeep Dragon Heist games. It's going to be pretty great. It's been great running for this group and just dealing with the whole Variant Roles family. But yeah, so. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm gonna go give my mouth a rest because I can't words no more.
Oh.
So, everyone, thanks for joining us, and good night.
Bye.
Bye.